Y'all keep missing the point on the thin privilege videos. It's not thin privilege, it's fat consequences. Well, if I hadn't been fat shamed, I wouldn't have lost the weight. Y'all are missing the point. The point is, don't be a dick to fat people. Like, why is that the only group that it's still okay to hate? I'm not getting any backlash for white privilege, able-bodied privilege, male privilege. Is that because you realize that those privileges exist, or because you know you'll sound like a dick if you have a problem with white privilege? You'll sound like a racist asshole. You know you'll sound like a misogynist if you have a problem with male privilege. You know you'll sound like an asshole if you have a problem with able-bodied privilege. So the only group it's okay to hate is fat people. So you're gonna do it. By God, you're gonna hate us just because you can. My whole point is, don't be a dick. And y'all are dumbasses by being a dick. But, well, plural. Being dicks, plural. Y'all are dumbasses. So, maybe stop being dicks. Okay, think about what I'm saying about, like, treating people better because they're thin. Maybe it's not even on a conscious level. I was telling the hair person, barber, I guess. What even call them for women? I don't know. The lady who got my hair yesterday, I was telling her about my YouTube videos, and she was all up on the defensive about the fact that I have thin privilege videos. And she's like, well, you know, I just tell my husband not to do this because it's not healthy. And I'm like, he knows. He's a grown-ass man. He knows. And she's like, well, he has diabetes. And I'm like, he knows. I promise you he knows. Whatever it is you're nagging him about, he knows. You don't need to tell him. Just be nice. Just be nice. Well, I'm more concerned about people's health. That's why people shouldn't get fat. Now I'm like, some people are gonna be fat no matter what they eat. And I was healthy before I was in a wheelchair, even though I was fat. And the only reason I'm not healthy now is because I have multiple sclerosis, which has nothing to do with my weight. And she's getting all up on the defensive because she doesn't want to admit that she has thin privilege. She doesn't want to admit that she gets treated better. Just admit it. I admit that I have privileges that other people don't. I admit that I have white privilege. I admit that I have pretty privilege, even though some dumbass bitch said I was decent at best and I need to get over myself. Oh, I think it was that Serena Felder bitch. I admit that I have female privilege because in some instances that is the upper hand. Very few, but sometimes. I admit that I have big boob privilege. I didn't earn any of those. I admit that I have smart privilege. I earned that one. I worked my ass off for it. But I wouldn't have gotten into the schools and gotten treated as well as I did if I'd been ugly. I admit that I have extrovert privilege. We haven't talked about that one, but it is real. Extroverts do have a privilege. I admit that I have rich privilege. Not that I am, but I was raised in an affluent neighborhood. There is definitely some privilege there. I admit that I have privileges that other people don't. So, you people being dicks to fat people, just admit that you fucking have a privilege that other people don't and stop being dicks. That's the whole point of these videos is don't be a dick. And you are missing the entire point. Just don't be a dick. I can still be kind to thin people. Well, not when you're being dicks like you are. Yeah. Like, read your comments. And you guys wonder why you have no friends. Yeah, well, I can tell you.